Hi guys, and welcome back to Jenk Plays with me, Jenk Harlington, and today we're doing episode 2 of our Transport Fever 2 series. In the last episode we set up some simple passenger transport links between Fairfield, Pueblo and Fargo, and also some simple loops within those cities as well to facilitate transport of those passengers. As we can see, there's already quite a bit of demand here. We'll leave that running for a bit and we'll come back and we see how they're doing. We'll probably review the lines in a later episode. Today, we'll be looking at resources for some of our major cities. So what I want to do is check our larger cities. We can see Fargo has grown quite a bit in the last episode because we've increased its transport links. Then we've got Salt Lake City is our next biggest, and it wants fuel. We've got Olathe, which is then the next biggest after that, which wants food. So I know that fuel is a very profitable industry for us to look at. And if we're in Salt Lake City being quite big, there'll be quite a bit of demand. So let's just check the availability of resources around here. So for fuel, we need crude oil. Well, that's great. There's a oil well right there. We need a refinery. So there's one right there. And we need a fuel refinery. So here we've got a very clear line that we can use to produce fuel for Salt Lake City. And also looking at this, potentially Arlington as well. Let's just check how much demand Salt Lake City has. So Salt Lake City wants 73. And the maximum we can really produce from this full refinery now is 100. So realistically, we'd be better off just focusing on Salt Lake City for now until we level up our refinery. And then we can consider shipping some to Arlington as well to increase our profits. What I'm going to do is I'm probably going to do this as a train line looking at this. I think I need to, after the last episode, you'll remember we had some problems with bridges. I think we just want to check this bridge. It might be that we need to borrow some money. I strongly suspect we will need to borrow some money when it comes to buying a train, but we might also need to get some money when building a bridge. So let's just have a bit of a play and see how we do. Okay, so first of all, let's just investigate that bridge situation. Let's get a track. Let's make that a bit higher. Okay, so that's not actually too expensive. I think I'm okay with that. Okay. So knowing that we can put a bridge in, I think we just need to think about start and end point. So we're going to want to ship it to Salt Lake City, but I don't think right now I want to bring a train into here. So what we might do is ship the crude oil to the refinery over the bridge and then ship it back. And then we'll have a distribution hub here, which will be trucks. And we use trucks for the last mile to get into the city. Yeah, let's do that. Okay, so if we start with our... get nice and low so you can see, so it's nice and flat. So actually laying this track is going to be quite quick, quite cheap. We can see that we're going to want to come straight across over there, curve it round, and then straight down here. So if we start with our finishing station, we'll go for now with a cargo terminus. Let's go 240. Yeah, go 240. We'll future-proof ourselves for a bit. No, we might want to put some roads down, actually. If we do a quick road, let's see if we get a connection there. And a bit further out. A little bit further out again. Let's go the other way. Let's see, can we get a connection? There we go, get a connection there. Put in our station facing up. We'll rotate it a little bit. There we go. And then you can see we've got a nice clear straight line through to here. We'll want to put another station. And I think what I'll do is I'll build the endpoint here, work our way back over, and then see where we finish up. So we want another terminal station. Although actually it might be a good idea pull this road out to have it as a side cargo station. What's it called again? Just a cargo station as opposed to a terminus. And then put in 2 tracks. And so that's going to be quite expensive, but I think it'll be worth it. Don't want to go too far into the mountain. A little bit more. There we go. Okay, and then we'll put in a road so we're connected. Keep that simple. Okay, so as we can see, we're going to go across. Station's going to be somewhere around here, but we'll get to that. And then we'll connect them up. Okay, so tracks. So start off with 2. Probably fair chance by the time we're finished this is going to have 4 or 5, but I think for now 2 will do. Okay, so if we start with coming out from the right side, I might keep it on pause for now. Build this out, go nice and straight. Is that straight? It's not straight. There you go, it's locked straight. And then get a bridge across, continuing straight. Get a, If we do the bridge first, go up 2. So from about there, across. It's going to be too high. Take it down 1. Just a little bit further out. We'll go to there. Hopefully that's not going to be too steep. Again, we're still going 120. So there we go. We might actually, yeah, if we demolish the second side of that bridge. So I'm doing it on pause as well, so we're not spending too much money building and rebuilding. Put in our cargo station. Should be able to get a connection. Yeah, I'll go with 2 because then we can have a, no, let's go with 1. We can have a bypass. Come on, you can connect. Okay, let's put in a quick road because it doesn't seem to want to connect. There we go. And then we'll go Pamela Road, connect. There we go. That might be a bit of a tight bend, but for now, it's going to be a long time until we're actually able to go quickly enough to be concerned about that. And we've got a level crossing, which we should be okay with, to be honest. Yeah, we'll leave. Yeah, we're going to have to leave that level crossing in, but we're not going to mind too much because we currently don't have any traffic going along there. So there we go. We've got our bridge. Slight S-bend in. Let's see how smooth we can get this out. Yeah, go to 120. Keep coming around. This is a very flat map. This makes this very easy. And then we should just be able to connect. There you go, nice smooth curves all the way along. And I think for now, we're probably going to start with 1 train. So we might not need to worry too much about putting a bypass in just yet. But what I am going to do is put in a train yard. We'll do it on this side for now. And then if need be, we can come back and revisit it. So go for relatively acute bend. It very rarely get up enough speed anyway on these stretches. There we go. And then put in a signal. Help the flow. I put that the wrong way around. Let's just quickly fix that. There we go. Okay, so we now have our train tracks in. We've got our stations in. Now we just create a line. I'm going to go from Salt Lake City. Why aren't you connecting? Salt Lake City, Harlington Annex. Ah, I've missed. There we go. Tracks. Okay, now we've actually built the tracks and put the. I'm going to unpause it. You can see we're still going on date time, but I'm going to unpause it so we can get some money in from our existing lines. Otherwise, we're just spending money. So if we now can put in our line, Yeah, take that out. Line 1. Manage line. So we've got SLC crude, train freight. SLC will go Arlington, refinery, train freight, and then finally we've got Harlington, fuel, train freight. And what we'll do is we'll come through, pick up the crude oil, drop it off there, pick up, once it's got some refined oil, drop it off at the fuel place, and then pick up some, once it's got some refined fuel, and bring it back down. So we've now got a nice clear line, and then we just set the load if available for now, because I suspect we're not going to get high enough flow rate. We want them to load crude and unload fuel. And then at the refinery, it's going to be load oil, unload crude, and then finally at fuel, it's going to be load fuel and unload oil. So let's just double check those. So we're starting off with loading crude and unloading fuel. Then we're unloading crude and loading oil. And then finally unloading oil and loading fuel. Okay, so we now have our train line in. We need to now put in our truck distribution. We probably want to make quite a bit of space for this, because with trains you wind up having quite a lot of product delivered, which can then back up if you don't have enough flow rate on your trucks. So we'll put it somewhere where we have space to grow. Maybe there for now. Yeah, we'll put it there for now. We might want to come back to this later once things are bigger, but that will do for now. And then we can see Salt Lake City has quite a bit of demand in the center. We could probably put a line in there. So they'll come down, drop off there, loop back around and come back out. Let's make a new line. So this is going to be road freight, SLC fuel distribution. And then line 1 we need to name actually. That's going to be train freight. Crude, we'll go SLC crude to our fuel. There we go. So if we stick, we'll start with trucks, just so we can get that running. And we'll put, for now, just so it triggers the demand, one truck on there. And then we will put on a train, which will then trigger demand over here as well. So if we get, what do we have so far? We've got Baldwin 6 wheels. This is going to be a very quick, powerful engine. Then we want fuel, so get some tank cars. How much can we afford? With this one, I think we can. We just go as big as we can. 49 capacity. So we've got 7 cars. Let's try that for now. Stick it on the line. And that's now going to start generating crude over here. There we go. And as this crude accumulates, we'll then be shipping it down. It will drop off here, create some oil, and then it will come up here and create some fuel. And I think this is something we're going to have to leave just for a little bit so it can actually fill up. But once it's ready, should be making a fair bit of money. So what I'll do is I'll just leave this running for a bit, and then we'll come back to you once this is actually working properly. So we're coming back in just now. It's been a couple of minutes. You'll see that we've lost quite a bit of money making this, but we can now see we've got fuel sitting over there. Our train's making money. So we should start seeing this figure ticking up. You can see our earnings are going up as well. Got a nice big load of fuel here, refined oil here, ready to get made into fuel. And we've got a nice batch of it here. And this is going to be our first batch of refined fuel going into Arlington. I'm aware that there's probably not enough capacity on the distribution network just yet, but what we'll do is we'll follow that train in and see how that impacts our demand. So here we go, coming in. Slowing down. There we go. We're going to get our first batch of fuel. Very exciting. So that's four wagon loads of fuel. As we come back in, you can also see we've got a humongous demand of oil over here. Once we made a bit more money, I might put another train on it, or I might consider taking out a loan. Let's just see how much money this fuel wagon brings us in. Yeah, that truck is going to be surprised. Actually, no, we should have enough capacity. Looking at here, the terminal says 60. So we should have enough capacity to handle that for now. But if we add another train on here, we're definitely going to need to beef up this guy. We're going to need at least a couple more carts here to deal with that. And here he comes in now. Final stretch. Coming down. Now, I said when I was making it, it's relatively flat, but conceal it, it's not. So once I got a bit more money, I might come back around and terraform it, tidy it up a bit, make it nice and smooth. Here we are coming in. And we'll drop that off. And we should get a stack of oil right here. There we go. Very nice. And where's our cart? He's going the wrong way. Turn back. Come back. There's stuff for you to do now. As he comes in. Yeah, just to double check again, our demand is 75. So this should go some way to satiating that demand. And as we start feeding it, the demand will go up as well, which is why I've said we're going to focus on Salt Lake City for now. Once we've got that sated, we start leveling up over here, then we can consider shipping out to Harlington. So here he comes now, ready for his first load. This poor guy's been going back and forth for years with an empty load, but finally he sees the purpose to his trips as he comes in and loads up. And this little top hat he's got as well. There we go. He's barely scraped that. He's still got a massive stack of it. I'm looking at that train coming back. Yeah, I think once that train comes in, we should have enough money to add some more trucks to our distribution network, really beef that up. Of course, one thing we can do is look at our flow rates. So we can see, well, actually, our flow rate is 54, but we know that we're going to be shipping at least, well, from here, 400, and then 200, and then 100. So really, we want our rate on this line to be 400. But with our finances as they are, it's going to be a while until we can beef them up to that level. So here we go. Here he comes. On his way into the city. Let's do a first person so we can see what it's like for him. What a nice little city it is. Not too much traffic just yet. Some taverns. And here we go, dropping it off. And let's just have a quick look at how that's impacted our demand. So we now have 2. We have sated 2 of their demand for fuel. But they're going to like that. That's going to, as we give them more and more fuel, cities, every other one but cities, that's going to help them grow. And we'll sort of grow more and more. What we're also going to do is, while we're here, the one last thing we'll do today before we finish is we'll put in a little transport network. Let's see if there's any other cities nearby. I think for now, if we just do an internal loop in Salt Lake City, and then maybe next time we consider joining them up to Harlington, just because we've put in that level crossing there, and we need to have a think about maybe we can put a tunnel in, and that might take a bit longer than we've got time for today. So let's just do one last thing. Let's put in our loop. Oh, I'm remembering we don't have enough money. Well, in that case, I think that's probably all for today. I'll let this run a bit in the background so we can get some money in, and then we can start doing some more building. Let's look at all that oil that we need to get to. Okay, we'll do all of that next time. Thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you next time.